Leaders, Excellencies, Director General Grassi, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for this opportunity to address this summit meeting. As everyone is aware, there are different views across the European Union on nuclear power. But I am here because I believe that in countries that are open to the technology, nuclear technology can play an important role in the clean energy transition. I can also see that after the global energy crisis caused by Russia's invasion in Ukraine, many countries are giving a fresh look to the potential role that nuclear might play. So why is this? First of all, of course, to reach our climate goals. Let us not forget that nuclear power worldwide is the second largest source of low-emission electricity after hydropower. Second, of course, to safeguard our energy security. Countries look to reduce their dependence on imported fossil fuels. And the third reason is to ensure our competitiveness. Nuclear power can provide a reliable anchor for electricity prices. Now, this renewed interest comes at a pivotal moment. Most pathways to net zero keep a place open for nuclear power. And if I look at the International Energy Agency's 2050 scenario, for example, nuclear power, nuclear capacity has more than to double till 2050, while renewables, of course, take the most of the work of decarbonizing global electricity supply. And yes, also our European Commission projections show that renewable energy sources in the majority are complemented by nuclear energy and will be the backbone of the EU power production by 2050. However, this future for nuclear technology is hardly assured. The reality today in most markets is a reality of a slow but steady decline in market share. So if you look at the world as a whole, nuclear currently accounts for 9% of the global electricity mix. But in 1988, nuclear power reached 18% share. That is the double of today. And the same is visible within the European Union. Nuclear power is still the largest single source of electricity generation in the European Union, with a 22% share. But that share is substantially below the levels reached in the 1990s, when nuclear power generated 1/3 of Europe's electricity. So what would it take for nuclear to make a substantial contribution to our climate neutrality objective? And I see a few key tasks ahead of us. The main one is to secure new investments. The IAEA analysis tells us that investments need to accelerate already this decade and reach new heights in the 2030s to meet the Paris Agreement target. That requires support from governments to ensure that financing is available and that nuclear's contribution to electricity security is properly valued and remunerated. It secondly means discipline from the nuclear power industry. The future of nuclear depends on the industry's ability to deliver on time and on budget. Far too often, the realization of nuclear power plants has resulted in significant additional costs and overruns. Another task is to look at new opportunities to support the clean transition. The biggest opportunity is clearly in the electricity sector. But there are other potential avenues for nuclear, for example, to provide decarbonized heat or to supply low-emission hydrogen. These can help cut emission from industry, which will be critical to reach climate goals. Then there is, of course, also the issue of lifetime extensions for existing nuclear plants, provided, of course, they are safe operations. Given the urgency of the climate challenge, countries need to consider their options carefully before they forego a readily available source of low-emission electricity. Extending the safe operation of today's nuclear fleet is one of the cheapest ways to secure clean power at scale. So it can help pave a cost-effective path to net zero. The final task is to innovate. Innovation in nuclear technologies is a very dynamic space, particularly for nuclear power technologies such as small modular reactors. And of course, as with every emergent technology, there are ups and downs, successes and failures. That is quite normal. But SMRs are a promising technology, and there is a race underway. The race is among leading countries and companies to prove this technology and bring it to the market. More than 80 projects around the world are moving forward, and several of our member states have expressed a strong interest in SMRs, so let's go for it. So to conclude, I leave you with these 4 tasks. Invest now in climate neutrality 2050. Broaden your engagement with clean energy transition. Consider the extending of lifetimes of existing plants with full commitment to the highest level of safety, and innovate. If the industry and governments can deliver on these tasks, then I can see a way forward for nuclear power to make a significant contribution to a rapid, safe and secure net zero future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam President von der Leyen. And now, please welcome the President